Yo, what is up, bros? We are back with the Ultimate Artillery General Tournament for our next matchup. We have Weidling versus Chuikov. First up, we've got Weidling. So, bro has a 5-star artillery ability, 3 movement. Artillery leader does have crossfire, which won't come into play now for, the tournament when we're just rating damage, but might come into play for the final ranking. Also got accuracy and inferior victory. Then we got our bro Chuikov, another 5-star in artillery ability, another 3-star movement, has mountain fighting. I think we were deciding that having a possible trigger being on a mountain tile of what, 20%, maybe 15 or less. We'll have to decide and remember what we're setting that as. Machinist, whatever. Architecture, whatever. And then it has artillery leader. So based solely on the perks, I mean, it shouldn't even be close. Weidling should take this, no problem. One other thing before we get started is right now, Lieb is leading the damage. So I'm expecting we might have a new leader after this is done. Another German bro on top. For now. We will see. First attack for our German bro. Let's see what he can dish out. Ooh, that is... I'm looking over here at the Excel. That looks like he's throwing down more damage than Lieb. Remember, our next attack on these bros, the max damage ever done was 408. Alright, Weidling, I'm expecting... he could possibly be the first one to break 500 on the combat medics. He's gonna be damn close. 495. Man, he is on track to absolutely obliterate Lieb for the highest damage output at General so far. I don't even think it's gonna be close, and he's definitely going to absolutely destroy Chuikov. Alright, let's get bros first to city hit in. Yeah, he's going to... That's still a decent amount more than Lieb. And now from the Alfs 1. Should be massive. Yeah, that's damn near close to 5. I don't think... Actually, that's kind of in the Lieb range. And now from the HIMARS. We're getting close to my favorite attack, which is the HIMARS attacking all the elite units here. Yeah, I think that's going to be a pretty... that's going to be significantly better than Lieb, I think. Some of these hits might be, somewhat close, just RNG-wise, but overall... like, that might be close to a Lieb destruction right there. And now the attack on the dildo launcher. Actually, these bros got 3 movement. I don't even know if... can we get you... yeah, just... man, if they had 2 movement, we'd have to put a movement ribbon on them. I think that's going to be kind of Lieb range as well. And now my favorite attack. Again, from the HIMARS against all the elite units. And then another hit on Bryansk. I think that's going to be another significant damage increase over Lieb's. And the attack on Warsaw. Might be a little bit more than the Lieby range. And the final attack on East Berlin. I think that's gonna be a pretty... it's gonna be a pretty good hit versus Lieb. I mean, Chuikov... he could... I think bro could have the best RNG, maximum hits, and still not gonna be able to take on our German bro. Alright, Chewy, good luck, brothers. And we'll have to decide about the mountain fighting. I mean, I'm thinking probably, what, 10, 15%, maybe 15%. I mean, it really depends on where your bro's fighting at. But overall, we'll just claim 15%. That might even be a little high, but if we, you know, it's not gonna be that big a difference. I don't think claiming it at 10 to 15% is going to make any bit of difference. Especially the Chuikov. This guy's out of his league. This is gonna be the big tell of how bad Chuikov is gonna be. It wouldn't surprise me if bro doesn't break 300 even. Oh yeah. Hold on, let me look. Who was the worst general so far? Was it Alexander? Yeah, Alexander was the worst performing general so far. Chuikov's gonna give him a run for his money, I think. The fight to be the worst. Who knows? Maybe Chuikov's thing is attacking cities. Maybe it's hidden in the script that he's so good at city attacks. Unlucky, bro. RNG. Give bro another city attack. Maybe it was just unlucky. It was just unlucky. Bro's gonna... Yeah, you are so cooked. This might be the biggest lopsided victory so far. Who had the worst loss? Looks like so far the biggest ass kicking was Zhang versus Badolio, which was Zhang had 6,400 and Badolio had 4,500. A difference of almost 2,000. That was the biggest ass kicking so far. I think we might have a new contender. Yeah, it's gonna be bad. About this time in making the video, I just want it to be done because I want to crunch the numbers just to see how bad it really is. Yeah, like, get me through this so I can see how bad you really are, brother. Pathetic. Chuikov might even ruin my favorite attack by just such a minuscule amount of damage here. Please don't ruin my attack. Bro. There was... Lieb and Weidling, I mean, there was multiple 300s coming out of that. Bro didn't even break into the... Well, he didn't even get close, guys. It's gonna be bad. Predictions. Is he going to be worse than Alexander? I mean, I could look at Alexander's perks. I don't remember them, and then I could be like, oh yeah, he's gonna be worse. He's gonna be so close. He does have the mountain fighting that we're gonna give him a little bit more damage for. And I don't know, it's gonna be close. But as far as the biggest lopsided victory, I think this is going to be it. I think he is going to lose to Weidling by more than 2,000. The final two attacks. You have embarrassed your countrymen. Oh, wow. I knew it was gonna be ugly. I did not think it would be this ugly. Yeah, alright, bros. Let me go crunching. Alright, bros, the results are in, and we set 3 new records. And they are the worst performing general, the biggest ass kicking in a matchup, and the best performing general. As you can see, Weidling absolutely destroyed Chuikov, had 3,657 more damage, was averaging 366 more damage per hit, and had a max single hit damage of 902 more than Chuikov. This might stick around for a while for like the biggest ass kicking we will have seen in this tournament. So remember, our German bro, 7,900, crushed our other German bro by over 1,000. Chuikov had 4,260 overall damage. The worst performing was Alexander with 4,426. So as you can see, Chuikov now has the dubious record of the shittiest artillery general. Bros, it was just an absolute beating. Bros, I'm glad I cut it. I forgot to add mountain fighting. I calculated it at maybe he'd be on a mountain tile 15% of the time. So 55 damage. Didn't change anything. He's still the ultimate loser. Still the ultimate biggest ass kicking. And Weidling is still god tier for now. Updated bracket. We have Weidling moving on to face number 1 ranked Brook. I was going to go number 5 Yermenko versus number 6 Alexander, but we just witnessed the worst performing general. I think I need a break from that. So we'll pick up number 5 Ninonen versus number 6 Zhang. Alright, bros, let's check out the next matchup. Ninonen. Bro has artillery leader. Bro has artillery barrage. Remember, Alexander had this. I think we decided half of the attacks maybe you would have, or maybe even a little bit lower than that. I don't remember. I'll have to look back through. We got accuracy and we got inferior victory. Bro, I mean, he's obviously going to be right on par with Weidling. We'll just have to see. When we add this, I mean, depending on, again, RNG, he might be just a little bit better, but it is going to be absolutely neck and neck. And then, of course, we had Zhang, who had the artillery leader, and he had accuracy. Alright, bros, that's going to wrap up this matchup. Bros, if you're enjoying this content, you know what to do. Subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can upload. Peace.